Hello students, so welcome back to the class of applications of trigonometry, and I hope that by now you have a strong grip on this concept. So let's do the pending questions of exercise of NCERT book. Coming on to question number 12, which is from the top of a 7-meter high building, the angle of elevation of the top of the cable tower is 60 degree and the angle of depression of its foot is 45 degree. Determine the height of the tower. Now students, read the question carefully. It is given that from the top of a building, the angle of elevation of the top of the tower, that means the building is lesser in height as compared to the tower, because from the top of the building we have an angle of elevation of the top of the tower, right? So let's just first of all make the figure. So I am going to make a building and a cable tower, and then this angle of elevation, this is given to me as 60 degree. Okay students, so actually this angle is somehow looking like 30 degrees. So I am going to slightly increase the height. Okay, so let's say this is the cable tower and this is the building AB and this is CD, and this angle of elevation, it is given to me as 60 degree, and from the top of the building the angle of depression of the foot, the angle of depression of the foot of the cable tower, so that means this angle is being talked about. So this angle is given to me as 45 degree, right students? And the height of the building is given to be as 7 meter, and we are supposed to find out the height of the cable tower, right? So let's just write the same thing in solution. So I'll say let AB be the building and CD be the cable tower. Now what do I have to find out? I have to find out CD, right? Now I am going to name this point also. Let me just name it as E. Now students, which are the two right triangles that I have? I have the right triangles ACE and AED, isn't it? So I am going to apply the T ratios in these two right triangles, and as you can see that AB is 7 meter, therefore ED is also 7 meter, and that is what I am going to write here. AB is equal to ED, this is equals to 7 meter. Now let me just apply the T ratios in right triangle CEA. So in right triangle CEA we have perpendicular upon base, that is CE upon AE, so that is equal to tan 60. So therefore CE upon AE, that is equal to root 3. So what can I say that AE would be, because as you can see AE is the common link between these two right triangles. So I am going to find out the value of AE from both the triangles. So therefore AE would be equal to CE upon root 3. See, root 3 comes here down and AE goes here up, right? Okay, I am just going to, so that it does not create any confusion. So therefore AE equal to CE upon root 3. So in the next right triangle, that is AED, we have ED upon AE, ED upon AE, this is equals to tan 45. So as you can see this is the angle, so the side opposite to the angle is the perpendicular, therefore ED upon AE is tan 45. Therefore now what is ED? It is 7 upon AE, and we know that tan 45 is 1. So therefore what does AE come out to be? AE come out to be 7, right? So therefore 7 equals to CE upon root 3. So therefore CE comes out to be 7 root 3. Now we are supposed to find out CD, and what is CD? CD is CE plus ED. That means it would be 7 root 3 plus 7. So if I take out 7 common, it would be 7 into root 3 plus 1 meter, and this is the answer because this is the height of the cable tower. But in these kind of questions we have to write the final answer very properly. Therefore I will write height of cable tower, this is equals to 7 into root 3 plus 1 meter. And students, if the value of root 3 is given to you, then you are supposed to put the value and find out the final answer. Okay students, now let's look at the next question, that is question number 13. So as observed from the top of a 75 meter high lighthouse from the sea level, the angles of depression of two ships are 30 degree and 45 degree. If one ship is exactly behind the other on the same side of the lighthouse, then we are supposed to find the distance between the two ships. Now let's imagine this situation by making a figure. So let's see that this is the, let's say, lighthouse, and there are two ships on the same side of the lighthouse, and the angles of depression of these two ships, that means since we have the angles of depression, so that means we have to make a horizontal here, and these would be the angles of depression. So obviously we have two angles, 30 degree and 45 degree. So obviously the angle which is farther away from the 90 degree would be a smaller angle. So this is 30, this is 45. That means this angle is 45 degree and this would be 30 degree. Now let me just name everything. It is A, B, C, D, and let's just name this also as E and F. Right students? Now we have AB is the lighthouse. Let AB be the lighthouse and C and D be the two ships. Right? Now what do we have? Angle ADB, this is equals to, angle ADB is equal to angle EAD, this would be 30 degree, and similarly angle ACB would be equal to angle EAC, and this is equals to 45 degree, of course, because these are alternate interior angles. Right? Now what are we supposed to find out? We are supposed to find out the distance between the two ships. That means we have to find CD. We are supposed to find CD. Right students? Now we have two right triangles. Which ones? Triangle ABC and triangle ABD. And what is the common link between these two triangles? The common link between these two triangles is the lighthouse, that is AB. Right? So I am going to find out the value of, AB is already given to me as 75 meters, so I hadn't written that. So it was given to me that AB is 75 meter, and as you can see, it is always better to write it on the figure itself so that it is easier to see. So AB is already given to me, but from triangle ABC I am going to find out BC, and from triangle ABD I will find out BD. And after that I am going to subtract BC from BD to get the value of CD, right? So let's get started. So what I have is, in right triangle ABC, in right triangle ABC, AB upon BC, that is equals to tan 45. Now therefore AB is 75 upon BC, this is 1. So therefore we get that BC is equals to 75, right? So I have already got BC to be 75. Now in right triangle ABD, perpendicular upon base, that is AB upon BD, this would be equals to tan 30. So therefore I would get 75 upon BD equals to 1 upon root 3, as tan 30 is 1 upon root 3. So therefore BD would be 75 root 3, isn't it? Now I have to find out CD. So what would be CD? CD would be BD minus BC. So that would be 75 root 3 minus 75. That means it would be, if I take 75 common, into root 3 minus 1 meter. So we have already found out the distance between the two ships, but we have to write the final answer properly. So therefore distance between the two ships this is equals to 75 into root 3 minus 1 meter, and this is the answer. I hope you got it. Now students, let's look at question number 14th. It's a very interesting question and a very important one as well. A 1.2 meter tall girl spots a balloon moving with the wind in a horizontal line at a height of 88.2 meters from the ground. The angle of elevation of the balloon from the eyes of the girl at any instant is 60 degree. After some time, the angle of elevation reduces to 30 degree as the balloon is moving forward. Find the distance travelled by the balloon during this interval. Now students, what we have to find out is the distance travelled by the balloon. See, AB is the girl and E is the final position of the balloon, right, when the angle of elevation is 30 degree, and C is the position of the balloon when the angle is 60 degree, right, and EF is the height of the balloon from the ground, that is 88.2 meter. So the balloon travels from the point C to point E, and we are interested in finding out this distance CE. So let's see how do we find it out. So I am going to write, let AB be the girl and C and E be the positions of balloon respectively. Now, it is given to me that AB is equal to 1.2 meter, and what is CD and EF equal to? That is equals to 88.2 meter. Now, can we find out CG and EH? Of course. So CG would be CD minus GD, and GD is also 1.2 meter, isn't it? So therefore CG equal to EH, and both of them would be equal to 88.2 minus 1.2, so that comes out to be 87 meter. So that means CG is also 87 and EH is also 87. Right students? Now let's identify which two right triangles do we have. We have the right triangles CGA and EHA. So let's apply trigonometric ratios on these two angles. So in right triangle CGA, CG upon AG, this is equal to tan 60, and CG we know is 87, AG I don't know, and tan 60 is root 3. So what would AG come out to be? It would be 87 upon root 3. Similarly, in right triangle EHA, we have EH upon HA, or we can say AH, that is equals to tan 30. Now EH we have already found out, it would be 87 upon HA. So this is equal to tan 30, which is 1 upon root 3. So therefore HA would come out to be 87 root 3. So we can say AH or HA is 87 root 3, and we have also found out AG, which is 87 upon root 3. And what are we interested in finding out? The distance travelled by the balloon, which is CE or GH. So to find out CE or GH, I would just subtract. So I can say, therefore, I have written, we have to find out, let's say GH. So GH would be equal to HA minus AG, and that would be 87 root 3 minus 87 upon root 3. So on taking the LCM, I get root 3. When root 3 gets multiplied here, I would get 87 into 3 minus 87. So which would be 87 into 3 minus 1, which is 2 upon root 3, isn't it? But I have to rationalize it. So into root 3 into root 3. So what would I get? 87 into 2 into root 3 upon 3. Now if I cancel it out, I get 29. So 29 into 2 is 58. So what I have got is 58 root 3. Now students, I have to write the final answer properly, or as you can see, I don't have space on the board. So we can write the final answer as, therefore the distance travelled by the balloon, that is CE or GH, that is equal to 58 root 3 meters, right? Right students, so now let's concentrate on question number 15. The question is, a straight highway leads to the foot of a tower. A man standing on the top of the tower observes a car at an angle of depression of 30 degree, which is approaching the foot of the tower at a uniform speed. 6 seconds later, the angle of depression of the car is found to be 60 degree. Find the time taken by the car to reach the foot of the tower from this point. Now students, isn't trigonometry interesting? Because just by looking at the angles and the time taken to change the angle of depression, we can find out the time that is required to reach the foot of the tower. So let's first of all make the figure for this question. Now just imagine that this is a tower, let's say AB is the tower. Now a man is standing here, right, at the top of the tower, and he observes a car. The car is at an angle of depression of 30 degree. So let's say the car is at point C, and this angle, you know that angle of depression we obviously have to make a horizontal at this point. So this angle is 30 degree, but these two angles are equal because these are alternate interior angles. So I am just calling this point as E. Now after 6 seconds, the angle of depression of the car is found to be 60 degree. That means the car is approaching the foot of the tower, and let's say it reaches this point which is D after 6 seconds, and now the angle of depression, that means this angle, now this angle is found to be 60 degree. Now this angle is same as this angle, so this is 60 degree, and it takes 6 seconds to reach from point C to point D. We have to find out the time taken to reach from point D to point B, right? Now students, let's see how do we solve this. So I am going to say that let AB be the tower and C and D be the positions of car respectively. Positions of car respectively, right? Now I say that let the speed of car, see I have to assume the speed because only then I can find out the distance. So let the speed of car be x meters per second. So students, can you tell me that what would be the distance covered by the car in 6 seconds then? Distance covered by the car in 6 seconds. We know that distance equal to speed into time. So it would be 6x meters, isn't it? So that means this distance CD would be 6x, right? Now we have two right triangles, one is ABD and one is ABC. And what is the common link between these two right triangles? It is the perpendicular AB. So I am going to find out the value of perpendicular AB from this triangle and from the triangle ABC and then equate both of them. So let's see, what do I get? In right triangle ABD, I get AB upon BD, this is equals to tan 60. So therefore AB upon BD is tan 60 is root 3. So I can say that AB is root 3 into BD. Now in right triangle ABC, I have AB upon BC, this is equals to tan 30. So therefore I would get AB upon BC equals to 1 upon root 3. So AB would be BC upon root 3, isn't it? Now these both are the values of AB, so I can easily equate them. So what would I get? Therefore root 3 BD would be equal to BC upon root 3. So therefore 3 times BD would be equal to BC. Now what is BC? BC is nothing but BD plus CD. BD plus CD. So therefore if I take BD to this side, I would get 2 times BD equals to CD. So that means BD would be CD upon 2. CD is 6x. So I get 6x upon 2, that is 3x. So that means now my distance BD, it has come out to be equal to 3x. So we have to find out the time that would be taken to reach from the point D to point B. And what is the formula for time? Time equal to distance upon speed. That means 3x upon x, so it would come out to be 3 seconds. So let me just write the final answer here. Therefore, time taken to reach the foot of tower equals to 3x upon x, that is distance upon speed, that is equals to 3 seconds, and this is the answer. Right, students? So I hope you got it. Right, students, so we have come to the last question of the NCERT, that is question number 16. I am going to read this question, and let me tell you that after this question we are going to do a few extra questions as well. So question number 16 is, the angles of elevation of the top of a tower from 2 points at a distance of 4 meter and 9 meter from the base of the tower and in the same straight line with it are complementary. That means if one angle is theta, then the another would be 90 minus theta. Prove that the height of the tower is 6 meters. Now first of all, let's just try to make the figure for this question. The angles of elevation of the top of a tower. So let me just make a tower, and there are 2 points from which the angles of elevation are noticed of the top of the tower. So let's say AB is the tower and let C and D be the 2 points. The angles are said to be complementary. That means if one angle is theta, so another angle is 90 minus theta, and the points are at a distance of 4 meter and 9 meter from the base of the tower. So this is the base of the tower. So obviously this distance would be lesser. So this is 4 meter and this distance would be 9 meter. Right, students? Now what are we supposed to prove? We are supposed to prove that the height of the tower, that is AB, is 6 meters. So let's just start doing it. So I am going to write, let AB be the tower, right? Now, and let angles of elevation be theta and 90 minus theta. Now students, we have 2 right triangles, ABD and ABC, and the common link between these 2 triangles is AB. So let me just find out the value of AB from these 2 triangles and equate it. So I would say in right triangle ABD, AB upon BD, this would be equals to tan 90 minus theta. So AB I don't know, and what is BD? BD is 4, and tan of 90 minus theta is cot theta. So therefore I would get AB equals to 4 cot theta. I am going to apply the same in triangle ABC, and I would get AB upon BC, that is equals to tan theta. So therefore AB upon 9, this is equals to tan theta. So I can say that AB equals to 9 tan theta. If you want to name, you can say these equations as 1 and 2, and then we can say from 1 and 2 what we get is 4 cot theta equals to 9 tan theta, isn't it? Now students, what can cot theta be written as? Cot theta can be written as 1 upon tan theta. So I would get 4 into 1 upon tan theta, this is equals to 9 tan theta, right? So I would get 4 upon 9, this would be tan square theta, isn't it? If I take tan theta to this side, so what would be tan theta? So therefore tan theta would be under root of 4 upon 9, therefore tan theta would be 2 upon 3. But students, we are supposed to find out the value of AB. Now what was AB? AB, as you can see, is 9 tan theta, isn't it? So I can say from this point onwards, let me just write it here. So I can say that therefore AB is equals to 9 tan theta. So that would be 9 into 2 by 3. So 3 into 2, this is 6. So therefore height of tower equals to 6 meter. And isn't it the same thing that we wanted to prove? Right? Okay students, so now let's look at a few extra questions. The first question is, the angle of elevation of an aeroplane from a point P on the ground is 60 degree, and after a flight of 20 seconds, the angle of elevation changes to 30 degree, that is from the same point. If the aeroplane is flying at a constant height of 1200 root 3 meter, find the speed of the aeroplane. Now students, this question is slightly similar to the question that we had in our NCERT book. So let's see how can we do it. See, from a point P on the ground, the angle of elevation of the aeroplane is 60 degree, right? And then after a flight of 20 seconds, the angle of elevation changes to be 30 degree. So let's just make the figure first. Now this angle was 60 degree initially, and then it changed to 30 degree. So let's say A and B be the positions of the aeroplane, and let me just call this as CD. So it is given to us that aeroplane is flying at a constant height of 1200 root 3 meters. So that means this distance is 1200 root 3 meters. And what are we supposed to find out? We are supposed to find out the speed of the aeroplane. Right students? So let's just see how can we do it. So in the solution, I am going to write that let A and B be the positions of aeroplane respectively, and the distance BD AC is equal to BD, and that is 1200 root 3, and we have to find the speed of the aeroplane. So I am going to say that let speed of aeroplane equals to x meters per second, right? Okay, now look at this. We have two right triangles. One is ACP and another right triangle is BDP. So I have the perpendicular. Can I find out the base PC from this right triangle? Yes. Can I find out the base PD from the triangle BDP? Yes. I am going to subtract those two and I can find out the distance that was travelled by the aeroplane in 20 seconds. And if I find out the distance, I already have the time. So I would be able to find out the speed as well. Right, students? So let's just get started. In right triangle ACP, we have AC upon CP, that is equals to tan 60. So therefore I have 1200 root 3 upon CP, and what is tan 60? It is root 3. So root 3 and root 3 get cancelled out, therefore CP comes out to be 1200 meter. Now applying the same in right triangle BDP. So what do we get? BD upon PD, this is equals to tan 30. So BD is 1200 root 3 upon PD, and what is tan 30? It is 1 upon root 3. So therefore PD comes out to be 1200 root 3 into root 3, which would be 1200 into 3, so that is 3600 meters. Now CP is 1200 meters and PD is 3600 meters, so I can easily find out CD. So therefore CD would be PD minus CP, so that would be 3600 minus 1200, so this is 2400 meters. Right, so this distance CD has come out to be equals to 2400 meters, and this distance was covered in how many seconds? In 20 seconds, isn't it? Yes. So therefore speed, that is x is equals to, speed is equals to distance upon time, so 2400 upon 20, so this comes out to be 120, right, meters per second. So you can write, therefore speed of aeroplane is equal to 120 meters per second, and that is what we were supposed to find out, right? Right, students, so let's look at the second extra question. The question is, at a point on the level ground, the angle of elevation of a vertical tower is found to be such that its tangent is 5 upon 12. On walking a distance of 192 meter towards the tower, the tangent of the angle of elevation is 3 upon 4. Find the height of the tower. Now students, let me tell you, this question is slightly different, but it is not difficult, right? So let's see how do we do it. First of all, let's make the figure in which I draw a tower, and then from 2 points the angle of elevation of the top of the tower is seen. So if AB is the tower and I am taking these 2 points as C and D, and I am taking this angle as theta and this angle as alpha. Now it is given to me that on walking 192 meters towards the tower, that means CD is 192 meters. Right? The distance CD is given to me as 192 meters, and I am supposed to find out AB. So let's just write what is given to us. So I am going to write, let AB be the tower, right? Now students, it is given to me that from a point on the level ground, the angle of elevation of vertical tower is found to be such that its tangent is 5 upon 12. So it is given to me that tan theta is 5 upon 12, and on walking 192 meters towards the tower, the tangent of the angle of elevation is 3 upon 4. So that means it is given to me that tan alpha is 3 upon 4. So this was the only clue in this. Right? So we have tan theta as 5 upon 12 and tan alpha as 3 upon 4, and we have to find out AB. Now as you can see, I have two right triangles ABD and ABC, and AB is the common link. So let's find out the value of AB from both the triangles, equate it, and then we'll see where do we reach. So in right triangle ABD, okay students, let AB be the tower, and here also we can write to find AB. We have to find AB. Now in right triangle ABD, AB upon BD, so this is equals to tan alpha. That means AB would be BD into, the value of tan alpha is 3 upon 4. So BD into 3 upon 4. Right? Now in right triangle ABC, we have AB upon BC, this is equals to tan theta. So that means AB would be BC into, what is the value of tan theta? It is 5 upon 12. Right students? So therefore from 1 and 2, what do I get? I get BD into 3 upon 4, this is equals to BC into 5 upon 12. And as you can see, this can get cancelled out, so I will get 3 here. Now students, what is BC? BC is nothing but BD plus CD. So I am going to write that. So let me just take this 3 here. So I would get 9 times BD. Is it clear? 4 3s are 12, 3 3s are 9. So 9 times BD equals to 5 times of BC. But I am going to split BC as BD plus CD, or yeah, BD plus CD, right? So therefore 9 times of BD equals to 5 times of BD, and what is 5 times of CD? That means 5 into 192, right? So it would be 4 times BD equals to 5 into 192. So therefore what would be BD? 5 into 192 upon 4. So 4 4s are 16 and 4 8s are 32. So what do I get? 48 into 5. 5 8s are 40, 5 4s are 20, 240. So BD has come out to be 240. But was I supposed to find out BD? No, I am supposed to find out AB. So if BD is 240, then what would be AB? So AB is BD into 3 upon 4. So it would be 240 into 3 upon 4. So this would be 60 into 3. This is equals to 180 meters. So therefore the final answer would be height of tower. This would be equals to 180 meters, and this is the answer, right? Okay students, so let's look at the next question, that is question number 3. Now the question is, an aeroplane when flying at a height of 4000 meters from the ground passes vertically above another aeroplane at an instant when the angles of elevation of the two planes from the same point on the ground are 60 degree and 45 degree respectively. Find the vertical distance between the aeroplanes at that instant, and we have to take root 3 equal to 1.73. Now students, before I make the figure, you should try to pause the video and make the figure yourself, and then verify your figure with mine. Because the most important thing in this chapter is that we should be able to interpret the figure properly, right? So let's just start doing it. So we have, let's say this is the aeroplane which is flying at a distance of 4000 meters, right? So this distance AB is 4000 meters, and at that point it passes vertically above another aeroplane. Let's say C is another aeroplane, and the angles of elevation from the same point at that instant are 45 degree, 60 degree and 45 degree. So that means this angle is 60 degree and this angle is 45 degree. And what are we supposed to find out? The distance between the aeroplanes at that instant. That means we have to find out AC. Right students? So let's just write the solution. It would be that let A and C be the two aeroplanes, right, and AB, the distance of the first aeroplane from the ground, is given to you as 4000 meter. And what are you supposed to find? We are supposed to find the distance between the aeroplanes, that is AC. Now students, we have two right triangles CBP and ABP, and which is the common link between these two triangles? The common link is BP. So let's just try to find out the value of BP from both the triangles. In right triangle CBP, we have CB upon BP, that is equals to tan 45, and we know that tan 45 is 1. Therefore, CB upon BP would be equals to 1. Therefore, CB would be same as BP. Now, in right triangle ABP, we have AB upon BP, this is equals to tan 60. So, therefore, AB we know is 4000, and what is BP? We don't know, and tan 60 we know is root 3. So, therefore, BP would come out to be equals to 4000 upon root 3. Now, we have the value of BP from two places, so I can equate it. So, therefore, we get that CB would also come out to be equal to 4000 upon root 3, because CB is equals to BP, right? But we are supposed to find out AC, and AC is nothing but AB minus BC, right? So, therefore, AC is AB minus BC, that is 4000 minus 4000 upon root 3. So, on taking the LCM, I get root 3, and I would get 4000 root 3 minus 4000. So, it would be 4000 into root 3 minus 1 upon root 3. Now students, as you know that whenever we have irrational number in the denominator, we need to rationalize it. So, let me just erase the board and I will get back to you. So, we had got AC as 4000 into root 3 minus 1 upon root 3. So, let us rationalize it. So, what do I get? I get 4000 into root 3 is 3 minus 1 into root 3 is root 3 upon 3 in the denominator. So, let us just put the values 4000 into 3 minus 1.73 upon 3. So, let us see what would this be. 4000 into, this would come out to be 1.27 upon 3. So, let us see what is 127 into 4, 4 7s are 28, 4 2s are 8, 10, 4 1s are 4, 5. So, this would be 5080, right, 5080 upon 3, and this would be 1629.33, right students. So, therefore, we can say that distance between the aeroplanes is 1693.33 meter approximately. I hope you got it. Okay students, so let's look at question number 4. The question is, a boy observes that the angle of elevation of a bird flying at a distance of 100 meters is 30 degree. A girl standing on a 20 meter high building on the opposite side of the bird observes the angle of elevation of the same bird to be 45 degree. Find the distance of the bird from the girl. Now students, just try to imagine the figure of this question yourself first. Look, here the height of the boy is not given to us. So, we are going to take it from the ground itself. that is this distance of the boy from the bird. So let's say A is the boy and B is the bird. So this distance is given 100 meter and the angle of elevation is given 30 degree. And a girl is standing on a 20 meter high building on the opposite side of the bird. Observes the angle of elevation to be 45 degree. So let's say the girl is standing here on the top of a 20 meter high building and she observes that the angle of elevation, so obviously it would be with the horizontal, and this angle she observes that this angle is 45 degree. Let me just make a perpendicular here. And what are we supposed to find out? We are supposed to find out this distance of the girl from the bird. So let me just denote the girl by G. So we have this as C and D. So BG is what we have to find out. So let me just write, I will say let B be the bird, A be the boy and G be the girl, right? So I have to find out the distance BG. Okay. Now students, how can we start? Look at that. We have the right triangle ABC. I have the hypotenuse. So can I find out the perpendicular? Yes, I can find out BC by using the T ratio sine. So perpendicular upon hypotenuse is sine 30. So I would be able to find out BC. Now let me just name this also as E. So what is GD? 20 meter. So therefore EC will also be 20 meter. So on subtracting I would be able to get BE. Then when I get BE, then BE upon BG, perpendicular upon hypotenuse would be sine 45. So let's just start doing it. I can write in right triangle BCA, we have BC upon AB, this is equals to sine 30. So therefore BC upon 100, and we know that sine 30 is 1 by 2. So this cancels out, it is 50. So therefore we get BC as 50 meters. Now if BC is 50 meters, so we know that EC is same as GD, which is 20 meters. So therefore BE would come out to be BC minus EC, that is 50 minus 20. So this would be 30 meters. That means BE I have calculated to be 30 meters. Now in right triangle BEG, we have perpendicular upon hypotenuse, that is BE upon BG. So this would be sine 45. Therefore 30 upon BG, and we know that sine 45 is 1 upon root 2. So therefore BG would be 30 into root 2. So we can say that the distance of the bird from the girl is 30 root 2 meter, as the value of root 2 is not given to us. So I'll write therefore distance of bird from the girl, distance of bird from the girl is 30 root 2 meter, and this is the answer. Right students? Okay students, so now let's look at question number 5 of extra questions, and this is the last question in today's lecture. It is a very interesting and popular question in examinations. The angle of elevation of a cloud from a point 120 meters above the lake is 30 degree, and the angle of depression of its reflection, that means the reflection of the cloud in the lake, is 60 degree. Find the height of the cloud. Now students, just look at that. Let's make a figure of this. Now let's say this is the lake. Now there is a point 120 meters above the lake. Let's say this point is P. Now the angle of elevation of a cloud, so let me say that let C be the cloud. So angle of elevation of this cloud from a point 120 meters above the lake, this is 30 degree. Right students? So what is the height of the cloud above the lake? So we are supposed in finding out CE, right? We have to find out CE, that is the height of the cloud above the lake. Now look at it students, the reflection of the cloud in the lake would be as tall as the cloud is above the lake, right? So that means if I make the reflection of that same cloud, so CE would be equal to, let's say, EF, and this reflection, the angle of depression of the reflection from the same point, it was given to us as 60 degree. And this DE would also be 120 meters. Now students, I hope that you got this figure, because this figure is the most important thing in this question. See, there was a point P above the lake from which the angle of elevation of the cloud is 30 degree. From the same point, the angle of depression of the reflection of the cloud. So the cloud is as much above the lake as much as its reflection in the lake. That means CE is equal to EF, right? That means if I take CD to be X, so what would be EF? EF would be 120 plus X. And if we look at DF, so what would be DF? So if you look at DF, so DF would be 120 plus 120 plus X. So it would be 240 plus X. Right students? So we are supposed to find out CE. So let me just write, let C be the cloud, right, and EF be the reflection of cloud in lake. And what are we supposed to find out? We have to find the height of cloud above the lake, that is CE. Now we can apply the trigonometric ratios in right triangle CDP. So what do I get? CD upon PD, this is equals to tan 30. So therefore X upon PD, this would be 1 by root 3. So therefore what would be PD? X root 3 would be PD. And as you can see, PD is the common link between the two right triangles. So I have found out the value of PD. Now in right triangle FDP, what do I have? Perpendicular is FD. So FD upon PD, this would be tan 60. Now what is FD? As I have already found out, FD is 240 plus X. So therefore 240 plus X upon PD, this is root 3. So what would PD come out to be? It would be 240 plus X upon root 3. As you can see, root 3 will come down and PD will go up. So this is the second equation. So from 1 and 2, what do we get? We get X root 3 is equals to 240 plus X upon root 3. So therefore, root 3 when gets cross multiplied, it will become 3x. So 3x equals to 240 plus x. So therefore 2x equals to 240, or we can say x is equals to 120. Now this is x, but we were supposed to find out the height of the cloud, that is CE. So therefore CE would be 120 plus 120, this is 240 meters, and I have to write the final answer. Therefore height of cloud above the lake is 240 meters, and this is the answer. Now students, this is a very important question.